It's time for an update. A Tekken 8 tier list update, that is. Obvious disclaimer, this is just how I personally feel where the characters are right now in the game. If you don't like what I say about your character, take it to the comments, I guess. Another disclaimer, inevitably, I'm going to be talking about how much I hate these characters. Rest assured, all of my hate is aimed at the character, not the player. Don't worry, you're safe. Maybe. But with all that out of the way, here we go. And look who the first character is. Mr. Thready himself. That's how I pronounce this. Honestly, this is a pretty easy one for me. I'm gonna put him in S tier. I mean, come on, it's Eddie. Even with the nerfs he got in the 1.05 patch, he's still ridiculously good. And until Lydia comes out, I don't think we're gonna see any really big nerfs for him. Because you know it's eventually gonna happen. They want to promote the next DLC character. Saying, oh, they're way more powerful than our first DLC character. I don't know, Eddie's interesting because it's like, when you get an Eddie who doesn't know what they're doing, they're just gonna spam the 3-3-3 combo, or they're just gonna throw out random stuff and power crushes, and you're just gonna be like, what the heck is going on? But on the flip side of that, you're gonna have an Eddie who knows what they're doing, and that's really terrifying. I don't know. Either way, I still hate fighting him, but he's a strong character. King. Holy crud. I don't even know what to say about him, because now that this man has a wave dash, Barada wants him to be a top tier character so bad, it's not even funny. Like, he already was a top tier character. Why have you given him this? My guy's gonna wave dash up to you, and you're not gonna know if he's going for a low or a mid grab. And if you guess wrong, it's over. You're dead. And if I'm not mistaken, they didn't nerf his heat smash that much, so it still does insane damage. And yes, they nerfed the tracking on some of his throws, but that does not stop him from being an absolute terror when you're facing off with him. It feels like so many more people have picked up this character. I was on ranked matches the other day, and I ran into 3 kings in a row. I wasn't gonna do it, but I'm gonna do it. He's going and broken. That's just how I feel. Jun Kazama. This character is interesting because she started off super strong in the closed beta test and was slowly nerfed, and then got buffed again. Why? I don't know. It seems like the same case with King. Harada, for some reason, just really wants you to play this character. It's like, dude, chill. Bringing back the double-edged sword scenario. When you make a character so ridiculously strong so that people want to play that character, you make other people hate that character, which in turn makes them learn the matchup really, really well, which makes it harder for people playing that character to win matches because everybody knows how the character plays. So in the end, it more hurts the character than it does help them. But still, Jun is good. She's going on S tier. Dang, we got heavy hitters back to back to back, because next up, here we have Lily. And oh my gosh, another character that I do not like fighting. You seeing a pattern here? Also, I'd like to state the fact that the second she won Evo Japan, I knew the amount of players using her was about to skyrocket, because that's how these things go. And what do you know? I see Lilies everywhere I go. And you know what? She's good. She's one of those characters that's just a hidden gem. And once you learn how to use her, she's a menace. I personally think she has like the best sidestep in the game, because dude, she is bobbing and weaving all my attacks like it's nothing. And some of her moves, like the low highs and the toe step, and how some of her kicks are just deceivingly slow. I do not like it. She's good. I'm putting her in S tier. Victor is interesting because he's like the original brain dead character with his 2-2-2-2-2 string, and I get it. A lot of people hated him for that. His grabs were broken, but now with the latest update, he's had plenty of time to be fixed. And he was nerfed, but as it turns out, somebody found like a crazy 80 damage combo that's like super easy to pull off apparently. So that's cool, I guess. I don't really consider him broken in any way. I just really do not like fighting him. Like, he's just annoying to me. He's just the gun, the sword, him being able to just transport into the air instantly, make your attack whiff, and then punish you is so annoying. I think it's more of the way that people usually play him. I'm not a big fan of. But with all that being said, I think he's just an A tier, maybe B tier, because he had the Jun effect as well, which is when you make a character so powerful, everybody learns how to fight against that character, and so it makes it harder to play as that character and win. Alyssa Boskanovich. Oh, Alyssa. You know, I was thinking about her the other day, and it was like, what a unique character. A robot girl with chainsaw arms, wing rocket jets, and pink hair. Most anime lovers play her because she's the closest you're gonna get to like a, I don't know, anime girl in this game, I guess. That has nothing to do with her ranking. I just find that kind of funny. Anyway, with all that being said, you're probably not gonna like this and call me crazy. I really want to put her in S rank. Okay, I'm not going to though. I'm gonna put her in A, but she's like borderline S rank for me, just because, dude, every time with her chainsaws, being able to just fly up in the sky and be like, see you later. Oh, psych, you thought I was going backwards? Nah, I'm forwards. Oh, here's a slide. I've heard people say, hey, just listen to her sound cues. What? All of her sound cues just sound like a 5-year-old anime child scraping her knee up against the concrete. They all sound exactly the same. Maybe if I learned Japanese, I'd be able to understand what she was saying, and then maybe before some of her moves, I could read them. But, I don't know Japanese, so I have no idea what move she's doing, therefore, how to counter it. Don't let people try to tell you, oh, her damage is garbage. That doesn't matter when you can hit me with anything, because I can't tell what the heck you're about to do to me. Sorry, I don't know why that turned into kind of like a very heated rant. I don't know. Alyssa, she's unique. She's cool to watch fight. But fighting her? Moving on. Sergei Dragunov. I think you all know how I feel about this man. There are so many pros that play this character. There was even a tweet that was recently put out by Arslan Ash saying how pros will just move on to the next character if their character gets nerfed. And it's like, I get it. You're playing to win. Yeah, you got money on the line. It is what it is. While in my personal opinion, that's kind of shallow. Like, you're just picking whatever character's meta and the strongest. It's like, you're fighting for money. Like, this is their livelihood. So, to a certain degree, I understand. I respect it. Dragunov has been a problem since release, and he still is. I hate fighting him. Dang, this video should have just been called Why I Hate Every Tekken Character, honestly. It's not gonna be, but that video will come out eventually. They've worked on him so much, and yet he still is one of the best characters in the game. I think still top 5, in my opinion. Whenever you see a Dragunov, it's just like, hey, guess I'll die, because there's nothing I can do. I fought him so much, and I'm still not used to, like, his crouch grabs and his double kick that'll turn into a grab if he hits you. He just has so many hidden grabs, in my opinion. He hits like a truck, and he's fast. I'm like, what do I do? What does this man not have? He has stuns, too. It's like, I don't know, bro. He's good. I want to put him in Broken so bad just because I hate him. Honestly, Eddie should be in Broken. I'm not gonna do it, though. I'm not gonna do it, though. Broken is reserved for very special people. Dragunov, curse you. You get to stay in S. You're really good. Paul Phoenix. Oh, I love fighting this character so much. I love his little step back punch he can do. Always a great time. I love Demo Man. I love all of his unblockable, guard-breaking punches. I love the fact that he got buffed in this latest patch. Because, you know, that's what everybody was asking for. Just already one of the more powerful characters in the game, and yeah, don't worry, we're gonna buff him. Why? I don't know who's making these decisions at Tekken, but yeah, Paul's S tier. Shaheen, another diamond in the rough, no racial pun intended. Is that racist? Aladdin Shaheen? Surely not, right? Shaheen's good. AK used him to win a tournament. I've been seeing more Shaheens pop up every stinking day. He's got what I like to call the sleeper build in this game. No one used him in T7, so Harada said, all right, bet, to solve this problem, like I do with every other character, let me just buff the heck out of him. He's got some good stuff. The interesting thing is, Shaheen doesn't seem broken in any way, at least to me. The only thing that really annoys me about him is his slide. I hate when characters have slides. If you're gonna give it to one of us, give it to all of us. Like, gosh dang, dude. I don't know whether to put him in A or S, though. I want to put him in A. I'm gonna put him in A. I feel like that's wrong, but I'm gonna do it. Yell at me in the comments. I don't know. Asuka, another relatively annoying character. Can we just talk about all the buffs she's had literally from, like, the start of the game? And this is from Asuka mains asking for those buffs. It's like the whole Kazuya issue. And I feel like I have main man to blame for this. God bless his soul. But the Kazuya and Asuka mains cry out, and Harada says, oh, my bad. Let me fix that for you. But we'll get to Kazuya later. Asuka isn't the worst. The only thing I really dislike is her grab that lets her throw you up in the air and then start up like a full-on combo. I do not appreciate when characters can do that. Like, come on, man. Thank God King doesn't have that. Not like he needs it, because he puts you into a full 2-hour Marvel movie if you mess up. But that's about it. Asuka's, she's good. I think a really neat attribute she has is holding on to her rage art. That's pretty cool. So Asuka, you're gonna go in A. Lars Alexanderson, the man himself. One day Alyssa will find out that Lars is cheating on her with the floor. The amount of time this man spends on the floor is crazy, which makes it really hard fighting him, which makes him a really good character. The mix-ups are kinda wild. Like, Lars annoys me, but he's so entertaining to watch fight. I won't lie. I don't think he's S tier. And at this point, now I'm wanting to put in a rank between S and A, because there's so many characters that are, like, really, really good, but not, like, top tier, you know? At least in my opinion. So Lars, I'm gonna stick you in A. Steve is an interesting case, because they have done a ton of work on him in the patches, all the way to fixing up his Lionheart stance, which is really cool, because Steve players were like, what the heck is this? Namco saw it and they're like, okay, our bad. We got your boy. Honestly, I thought Steve was really good even before the buffs. I just always have a hard time fighting him. I don't know what it is, man. He's fast, he excels at punishing you if you mess up. For a guy who can only punch, Steve kicks butt, man. And I hate going up against every single one of you people who main him, but I have nothing but the utmost respect for you, because Steve is not an easy character to master. So Steve, you're going in A. If they buff him anymore, he might be borderline S. Granted, he's hard to master, but once you do, oh my gosh. Oh, Fang. I'm gonna go ahead and just put you in S anyway. I don't care what anybody says. Oh, Fang's dead in the newest patch. Shut up, bruv. No, he's not. Fang is ridiculous. Luckily, I haven't run into too many as of late, and I don't think there are many people in my community that play Fang, but dude, Barada loves his boy, doesn't he? That's all I'm gonna say on that. Leroy's a tough one because he started out really weak and he's slowly been getting the buffs that he deserves. I love Leroy. He's such a cool character. Even when I'm getting my butt kicked from him, I'm just having the time of my life because his fighting style and his animations are so sick. I don't know what it is about him. I want to stick him in A purely because if you know how to play him, his mix-ups from his stance can be really good. But that being said, I do think he's still in B tier. He's good. He's just not, you know, great. And I really don't find too much trouble fighting him. If I get hit by him, it's usually because of my lack of matchup knowledge. Because I don't fight him enough, I do not know what his animations look like and how many hits a certain input is going to throw out. So Leroy, I'm sorry, but you're in B, my guy. Oh, Kuma, we're getting into bear territory here. Kuma goes in A. I don't care what anybody says. He goes in A. I've said it once, I'll say it again. It's fighting a brick wall. And can we talk about just how many bears we've seen in recent tournaments? It's pretty cool. I'm not the biggest fan of fighting him, but never have I thought always a broken character. I do remember fighting this one Kuma, though, and he was just spamming that, like, super strong low hit that sends you flying across the screen. And I actually just wanted to be like, yeah, you know what? It's bear hunting season. I'm going to get a shotgun and just pulverize you. But other than that, I love Kuma. I think he's cool. Ling Xiaoyu. Yep. You do not move. You're still in S tier. Yes, Waning Moon was nerfed. I do not care. She's still an amazing character. Ling mains, stop trying to downplay her. Whether you're facing your opponent or not facing them, they are not safe. Because the speed she has on some of her moves, oh my gosh. Also, how agile she is. Her jump attack, which just makes you whiff entirely. And then, of course, how low she can get to the ground. I have nothing but hate and disdain for this character. Sure, she's not easy to master. I respect it. Doesn't mean I don't like her. She's really good. Ling nerfs when? Okay. Oh, Nina. Never did I think you'd be an S tier. Last time I did a tier list, I put Nina in, like, perfect. Like, she was fine and balanced. I was wrong. Arslan has proved that. And just fighting other Ninas has proved that. The fact that she can cancel her jabs, and then they're, like, sidestepping, but also going forward, but then punching and canceling and punching and canceling. What the heck do you do there, sir? I don't even know, but it's not okay. Honestly, it should be a crime. Over here terrorizing other players. Not to mention, she's then got her gun, which reach you halfway across the screen. Great value, Kazuya's laser. Definitely an S tier character. Definitely. I feel like half the characters in S tier could arguably be in God tier. Like, it's a toss-up. Okay, so Panda's interesting. Kind of the same as Kuma, but you don't see her as much. I don't know. You don't see her as much, honestly. I have literally nothing to say about her. I'm sorry, Panda. I'm gonna stick you in B with Leroy. Because she still has that terrifying aspect of being a ginormous animal that you have to go up against with insane power. But Kuma's just got a lot more stuff going for him that Panda doesn't. So yeah, B tier. Martial law. This is actually, you'd think this would, okay. You'd think this would be easy for me because, if you know, I despise Law. Love him as a character, hate fighting him. What they did with the most recent patch kinda helped a little bit, maybe, but he's still so annoying to fight. He's a good character. The slide into the nunchucks, bro, it's just, I'm never not gonna hate that. I don't know, just, there's something about Law that just triggers me. I don't know what it is. Is he the most powerful character? No. But he's up there. I'm gonna stick him in A. Not quite S, but close. And here we have my boy, Hwoarang. I'm gonna try not to be biased here. My problem is, yes, he got nerfed in the latest patch, which sucks. You hate to see it. I don't think the nerfs have affected me too much. Personally, I'd like to see him get buffed a little bit, but if not, then just leave him alone. Like, the Hwoarang slander is like no other. I love that for my main, I just so happened to pick the most hated character in this entire game. Eddie took the edge off of it a little bit when he came out, but now it's back. I literally jump onto Reddit and the first post I see is Hwoarang slander. It's insane, which is fine. You can hate him, like, it is what it is. It's a part of the game. But I just don't see why. You have all these other, I mean, just look in S tier. You have all these other characters, and you're gonna slander Hwoarang. I get it. He's not that hard to pick up, but if you really want to master him, yeah, it takes some skill. I can't even tell you the amount of people that come into my streams and just say, pick a real character, or just switch. Hwoarang's crap. And it's like, oh, you're just butthurt because you probably get your butt kicked by him all the time. By someone who doesn't know how to use him, and so is just spamming 4. I mean, in the end, it's your fault for falling for it, so get good. I don't know. Now I'm starting to sound toxic. I apologize. Hwoarang's gonna end up where he's always been for me. He's not the best. He's not the worst. He's just kind of there. He's above average in my opinion, so I'm sticking him in A. He's by no means an S tier character, and anybody who says he is lying to you in my opinion. Until we see maybe some buffs in the future, he's just gonna stay in A. Lee Chaolan. Again, like Steve mains, I have nothing but respect for people who play Lee. Lee is awesome. Such a cool character, but I cannot fight him to save my life. I don't know why. Lee mains are just on like a whole nother plane of existence. They are so precise with every hit that they put out because they know the amount of work that they have to put up to get that damage in. So whenever I fight a Lee, I just call it curtains. It's over. And he's got the slide too, man. That's the one thing that ticks me off. I hate the slide. Nina, Lee, Law, Shaheen, curse all you. You should not have a slide, but Lee's awesome. He's cool. I'm debating whether to put him near S and A. What I've heard from Lee mains though is that sometimes like the effort that you have to put in to get a combo that with like Eddie, you can just spam one button, just isn't worth it sometimes. So he's gonna stay in A tier, borderline S in my opinion, because for some reason he's just always one of the toughest matchups for me. Oh, Kazuya. A lot of people are gonna hate me for this, and to those people I say, I do not care. Kazuya mains are something else. They might be the only group of players that I actually kind of dislike because a lot of them are just kind of pompous. And because of the newest patch and just being able to say, Harada, fix our character, and they make him better, curse me, I guess. Curse you, and curse Kazuya. Now, is he A or S? I don't know, but he's a pain in my B, so I don't even know where to put this man. You know what? It's my tier list. He's going in S. Cope. Ooh, Reina. Now, I love Reina as much as any other guy, and yes, I mean that, but I feel like for all of these patches, she's just been getting nerfed. And a part of me feels bad for Reina mains. Like, don't get me wrong, she's still a tough cookie. Like, it's hard for me to face off with her sometimes. It's hit or miss. There's some Reinas I fight that I'm like, oh, this is GG easy. And then there's other Reinas that I fight that really give me a problem. I think she's A though. She's still a really good character. Her Sentai stance is still solid. I recently discovered that if you try to hit her during a specific animation, she will counter you and put like some fat damage on you, and there's nothing you can do. So that's been a pain. But yeah, no, Reina, she's okay. Devil Jin. Now this man is interesting because I've had some people say he's bottom 5, like he was nerfed to the grave all of a sudden. Now, I personally don't play DJ, nor do I care to, but he still gives me a tough time. Not the toughest of times, but still a decently rough time. And what sucks is I don't see much of him like at all. There was a time when I did, but not as much anymore. So it's kind of hard for me to judge this. But in my personal opinion, he's not bottom 5. If you want to say bottom 10, sure, that's a third of the roster. But to say bottom 5 or bottom 3, which yes, I've had somebody say that to me, you're out of your mind. DJ still has a lot going for him. You just gotta know what's up. But because I feel bad, I'm gonna stick him in B. Actually, no, curse you, I'm sticking him in A. Borderline B. Borderline. I just hate that he can fly and he's got lasers and his low launcher, come on, bro. That's so annoying. I'm so not ready for the backlash of this video. Ooh, Claudio. Another diamond in the rough, in my opinion. Claudio has been the rising star as of late. You see him in a lot of tournaments. I'm pretty sure he just won one. He's going in S, man. He's a character you didn't see much of at first, but then when people discovered he was powerful, Claudio mains are still keeping it on the low. They're like, hey, don't touch our boy. I personally don't like fighting him. He's not the worst, but Claudio mains, you know what's up. You know what's up. Yoshimitsu, another character, guess what? Going into S rank. Yoshimitsu's annoying, just period. I get it, that's what he's supposed to do. He's a troll character. They always mess with him a ton though in the patches. If you look, I think he almost all the time feels like he just has a page dedicated to himself. But he still seems almost as powerful as the day the game came out. Yes, they nerfed Flash, but gosh dang, that move is still annoying. Anytime you try to put pressure on him, Flash. When he's in his helicopter mode, you either duck and hope he doesn't hit you with a medium, or you block thinking he's gonna hit you with a medium to where he's probably gonna grab you and get off damage anyway. It's not a fun time. I respect people who learn how to play him. He's definitely not a character that you can just mash and pray, but still, he's annoying and really good. Okay, so Jack 8 is an interesting case because my opinion on him might shock some of you guys and might not shock the other guys. You other guys. I don't know. I'm putting him in S. Now, I know, it's like borderline S to A, but hear me out. He's like crazy strong. He's somehow really fast. You can never read his lows because good Lord knows he takes up half the screen. His body's so big when he's facing you, you can't see his other arm. So you never see any of the hits from that arm coming straight at you. Obviously, he's got his 10 frame heat smash, and most jacks will pair that with the guard break move, so that's guaranteed, which is super annoying. And then you have all of his different throws, and dude, I didn't know he had this many, but there's one where he literally just shoves your face in the dirt. There's one where he drags you on the ground and throws you a million miles into the air. There's the one where he pulls the Iron Man and says, go to sleep. And for some reason, it just feels really hard to break out of these. But I think what he's got going for him most is just his speed. He's unexpectedly decently fast. And for being a literal walking tank, that just doesn't register in my brain, so I always just take a fat L when fighting him. All right, Leo's just there, man. Like, I'm gonna put him in A. He's got some decent stuff going for him. If you know how to play him, the mix-ups are pretty wild. He can be pretty annoying. Also, his wall carry is kind of absurd. Dare I say on par with Hwoarang's. Change my mind. But again, He's just there. Oh, Brian. Some of you might disagree with this. Again, I'm putting him in S. Don't get to the wall with Brian, because if you do, might as well write your will. And the fact that they buffed him? Why? What? It's like that meme. Why? Like he needed it. I hear so many people say, just sidestep him. Believe me, I've tried. Where does that get me? In the air, taking a combo. Oh, what's that? The wall? I'm dead. No, literally, I'm dead. It's over. I hate Brian with a passion. A part of me wants to love him, but I hate Brian. Ooh, Azucena. This is a tempting one, but to be fair, it's probably my fault for not knowing the match knowledge. Borderline S, in my opinion, but I'm leaving her an A. They've definitely worked on her enough that, like, she's not as much as a problem child as she was when the game first came out. But gosh dang, man, I don't like fighting her. When she gets in her stance, and you're just not sure if she's gonna hit you with that mid or that low, while running 3-2 is still kind of a problem in my opinion. I'm not gonna lie. Definitely not as bad as it was before, but still, that move is so hard for me to read. Jin Kazama, this stinking guy. He's going an S. He's the golden boy. He's got nothing wrong with him. He's perfect to a fault. Like, there's nothing he can't do. Also, when in doubt, just hit down 2. First, that move. I love Jin as a character, but slowly, as I've been fighting him more and more, I've began to learn to hate him. That makes me kind of sad, I'm not gonna lie. But Jin, in my opinion, he's not there at top 5, but he's for sure in top 10. Like, he's ridiculously good. I've never seen an actual character have so much plot armor and favoritism. It's kind of wild. Zafina, I'm not gonna lie, I'm putting her in B. Now, it's borderline B to A, but I feel like most Zafina mains are scary to fight because you don't know the matchup, because you just don't see her enough, you know? And that really works to her advantage. And they've definitely buffed her in the recent patches, so, you know, that's good. But still, to me, like, she's okay. Ooh, Raven. This man, he's really close to getting an S, but he just doesn't cut it yet. They need to work on him a little bit more, I feel like. And I would love to see more of Raven because he is one of the coolest characters in the game. I mean, he's a ninja. He's got shadow clones, which, by the way, are super annoying. But, dude, he's so cool. Would love to see him in more tournaments. So I do hope that Raven gets a buff. Actually, scratch that. I don't want Raven to get a buff. I fight a Raven main that knows what they're doing. And then, of course, we have Lydia, which at the time of this recording, I do not know how she is. In her trailer, though, it does look like she has super armor while switching stances or something. So I don't know, man. She's gonna be interesting. Like I said, it's the DLC effect. Eddie will end up getting nerfed, and she's gonna be super strong until the next DLC character comes out. You know, it's just what they do. But here we have it. Here's the list. I hope you enjoyed. Take a look at it. If you noticed, most characters are an S and A. And like I said before, there are a few characters that aren't S that could arguably be put in God tier. And this is kind of my problem that I have with Tekken 8. There's no bad characters, which I guess you could say is a good thing, because you really do have the freedom to pick whoever you want to pick. It's kind of the argument of if everyone's broken, no one is, but there's definitely certain characters that are way more favored than others. I mean, just looking at the amount of Dragunovs that you'll see in any pro tournament, come on now. But yeah, that's it for this video. If you stayed through the whole thing, thank you so much. I really appreciate you. Don't forget to hit that like button, and if you enjoyed what you saw, maybe hit that subscribe. We're on the road to 30K. As always, remember that I do stream Tekken 8 with viewers every week. We always have a great time, so maybe hop in if you get the chance. And feel free to join the Discord if you want to talk to me personally and let me know how wrong I am on this tier list. But that's going to do it for me today. I'll see you in the next one. Stay mad.